Okay, so last video I noticed that I had a couple of people say that they didn't quite like the video because it didn't quite go into enough detail and information about the idoneth deepkin Lowtown Warden of Soul Ledgers, which is this guy here. So in this video I'm basically going to be going through all kind of the painting techniques, how I did the miniature, my thoughts on the miniature, kind of the profile, his stats, and everything I didn't do last video. So I'm sorry to the person who... Okay, so apologies to Tomislav Zovak for the quality of the last video. He said that it was very unclear, the kind of painting techniques and the steps. So in this video, basically, I'm going to take on board what he said and go through the painting techniques. So I've got my paint box right here. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so I base coated the miniature in Vallejo Surface Primer Black. The only reason I do this is because it's the only one I can buy at my age. And you can kind of control how much paint goes on the miniature, and you can't really do that with a spray easily, I think, personally. This miniature is still a work in progress, but I think the Surface Primer Black gives it a sort of a nice shade to it and kind of a nice layer to paint on. Then I painted on a base coat of Macragge Blue. The entire thing was base coated in Macragge Blue. Even the octopus. And then I painted all the octopus skin in Mephiston Red. Then I tried something out which I haven't really done before, ever. I got some Loathern Blue on a palette, so kind of 2 dollops of Loathern Blue, and then I mixed it with 2 dollops of water, and it sort of created sort of like a wash like this, but Akhtar'S. But yeah, it's kind of like still got that paint texture to it, so you had to use a kind of old paint cloth like this or some tissue to kind of dab bits off, but it left sort of like a blue tint to the armour, and I think it looked quite nice, so I kept it. And I don't know if you can see very well on the miniature. I'll try and show it best I can. I may put some pictures at the end. This is really hard for me, but the octopus tentacle's in the way, but you can just see the blue tint in the armour, and I think it looks quite nice. The camera's not doing it justice. I think it looks better in person, but what can you do? Then I washed the octopus in Akhtar'S shade, or the Akhtar, I should be saying. So, yes. Then I moved on to Kislev Flesh. I almost forgot one of the most important parts to mention, the silvers. For the weapons and the Akhtar'S mask, I used lead belcher, and for the elf's armour, I used runefang steel. And I used Kislev Flesh for the kind of suckers on the, or suction cups on the tentacles, however you say them. And then I washed it again in Akhtar'S shade, or Earth shade. And then I used Rhinox hide for all the kind of brown parts on the armour. So the sword handles, weapon handles, and the belt, and the kind of sort of backpack there, if you can see. Once again, sorry for the quality, guys. I am trying my very best to produce the best quality videos for you guys. So then I used Akhtar'S bone and Xandri dust to do the scroll. First of all, I started with Xandri dust to do the scroll and some of the other scrolls in the Akhtar'S hand, and then the kind of bag. Then washed it in Akhtar'S. Then went over in Xandri dust again. Then Akhtar'S bone, and then I did another layer of Akhtar'S, and then after doing all that, I did the tiniest highlight of Akhtar'S bone, and I think it came out with quite a nice effect on the sort of scrolls and also on the quill there. And I have done the goofiest eyes going for these guys because I suck at doing eyes, but I thought I might as well make an effort to try and do something on the characters that would look nice or look like eyes. But yeah, they didn't go as well as I thought. Then after I'd washed the cloth in my Loathern Blue and water mix to make that sort of wash and did the same technique, I highlighted the cloth with my Crag Blue, then Akhtar'S Blue, then Loathern Blue, and then I kind of washed it with a dark tone, very lightly all over the miniature or the character rather than the Akhtar or the Akhtar, and then I went over all the cloth with Loathern Blue again. Then I went around all the armour with Gehenna's Gold, and on the bludgeon or the bludger I did Loathern Blue on the very tips of the kind of axe thing, and then ceramite white on the very, very tips, and I did the same on the sword or the knife. So I think it turns out quite nice, all the different effects. I know it doesn't do it justice, but then we move on to the Akhtar'S or the Akhtar'S highlights. I highlighted it with Mephiston red, and then I used Vallejo Scarlet just to kind of top everything off after I'd washed it in a dark tone. So it went dark tone, these paints out of the way, dark tone, Mephiston red, scarlet, and I think it turned out quite nice. Then I used some different stuff for the base. I used Xandri dust and Death Guard green. So I did random splodges. Then I got some just stones and the tops of a washing up sponge. I cut them up into bits so you can tear them, and then say, actually cut this one in two, I don't need it. So you've kind of got little grass bits, and you can stick them anywhere on your miniature to make it look like sort of bushes and seabed kind of material. And I did it on one other miniature, which was my Glade Guard. So you can see it's got that sort of grassy effect, and it looks quite nice. Yes, I know I've already done a Glade Guard video, but in the comments you guys can decide which Glade Guard you like. This one's the Bone Glade Guard, this one's the Galadrim Glade Guard. So comment in the comment section below, Galadrim or Bone. And yeah, I'm going to be doing a warband like this and a warband like this. Well, I've already got a warband like that, but just to see which one looks better. So yeah. Now we move on to the sort of other part of this video that I wanted to do. The box. Let me take it off the stand. So the box is quite nice print. Sort of the 1 miniature Age of Sigmar standard stuff on the bottom. Then it's got all the kind of bits on the back. And I thought that was going to be really hard to do, so I haven't done that yet. But yeah, it'd be a nice thing to try in the future. I know that miniature that they've done looks amazing, and I really want to paint like that. But yeah, I've done this one so far, and I've just got to work on my techniques, and I might redo this guy. But for now, he's staying how he is. So let's have a look on what's inside. So inside the box, you have the sort of instruction manual, and then the rules, and I think this is the English rule side there, I believe so. Yeah, this is the English side. So let me try and rush this up so you can see. So the Akhtar has 8 attacks, and the elf hero only has 1. He has a bone quill, which I find really hilarious. But the Akhtar'S Tentacles, range of 3, 6 attacks, 4+ to hit, 4+ to wound. The blade is 3+ to hit, 4+ to wound, and the cudgel, not bludgel, is 4+ and 3+. And they both, the weapons have -1 rend, and the cudgel does 2 damage. But they both have 1 attack, and then the bone quill, 1 attack, 3+ to hit, 5+ to wound, no rend, 1 damage. And their abilities are Catalogue of Souls, the Soul Warden's tally and record, the souls that are collected by idoneth deepkin armies. Their presence causes idoneth deepkin warriors to fight all the harder, so that the quota of souls the wardens require is achieved. Then add 1 to bravery, characteristics, or friendly idoneth deepkin units while they are within 12 inches of this model. In addition, reroll hit rolls of 1 for friendly Namarti, I think I said that right, units while they are within 12 inches of this model. Then they've got 2 more. Writhing Tentacles. It is almost impossible for a foe to get past the writhing tentacles of a Soul Warden's Guardian Akhtar. So that's a good one. And then roll a dice each time you allocate a wound or a mortal wound to this model. On a 5+, the wound is negated. So that is pretty interesting. And they basically, it just comes in this sort of box. Not very exciting. Oh yeah. So you got the nice picture on the front of the guy. And then you got the instruction manual on how to build him. And then there are the stats. So Tomislav Zovac. If I said that wrong, I am very sorry. But I do apologise for the last video that you didn't like it. Feel free to comment on this video. I am really sorry from the bottom of my heart. I didn't do that video just for clickbait views. I genuinely just put that out there for that. I didn't realise I was doing anything wrong, but I'm sorry. So thank you for watching. Remember to like, comment and subscribe for more content like this. Make sure you hit that subscribe button to be part of the FBG Nation, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.